A very good evening, everyone. I hope you are doing well. My name is Sbucy Lukhele. I am the brand new Eagle Manager in Team Greater Heights. I am going to be sharing my journey to Eagle Manager. I am hosting this presentation all the way from Eswatini in Manzini. Please let me know where you are joining from. Please share on the chats where you are joining us from. We are going to be starting shortly. I just want to know if people are here, they can hear me, they can see me. And where are you joining from? I can see that we have people from all over South Africa. We have people from Devon. My leader is in Devon, KZN. We have someone in Cape Town, Margate, KZN. We have someone in, I think this is KZN. Pietermaritzburg, if I'm not mistaken. We have a lot of Capetonians. I hope you are safe, Capetonians, because of the weather conditions. I believe that God has protected you. We have people from Durban, Cape Town, Haibo. Where are people from Eswatini? I am so concerned. It looks like I'm the only one. We have people from Mpumalanga, Bethel. We have people from all over the world. If you didn't know, Forever is a global business. Forever is a global business which allows for global expansion. I mean, in Swatini, my mentor is in Cape Town, is in KZN. Devon, my sponsor, is in Pikes Peak. You know, we are actually a very, very big team from all over. So if you are watching this and you've been thinking about joining the business and you are concerned that you will not get the necessary support and mentorship because you are far, worry not. I am mentored by someone who is in Durban and I'm in Eswatini and we are doing so well. Why? Because of systems like Zoom, systems like WhatsApp, where we are able to interact on a daily basis. As I have already shared the agenda for tonight, we are going to be unpacking the Eagle Manager incentive, and I'll be sharing my journey, what worked for me, things that almost costed me this prestigious incentive. And I want you to come along with me on this journey. If you're on this in this Zoom and you haven't invited your team, you are not doing justice because there is no way you can achieve this incentive on your own. There is no way you can just rise up to Eagle Manager on your own. So ladies and gentlemen, without much further ado, we are going to start. Please give me the green light to say we are ready. Let me know if you can hear me so that we can get started. All right, before we start, I have a short video for us to watch. It's a very short video. It's going to give us context of what we are going to be talking about. Please let me know as soon as you can see my screen, as soon as you can see my video. Please let me know. Let me know. It's titled The Eagle Mentality. The Eagle Mentality. It is by no coincidence, ladies and gentlemen, that Forever gave us this incentive and called it the Eagle Manager Incentive. There is something about the eagle. There is something about this bird. So everyone who has qualified for this incentive, please believe me when I say they do things differently. They have different attributes. They show up differently. They have a different attitude. And if you are going to make it to the next Eagle retreat, which is taking us to Dubai in 2027, you better work on these attributes that we're going to be watching in the video that I'm going to play. Please let me know if you are ready. Just type ready so that we can start projecting. All right, Priska is saying she's ready. Let's go.
Don't be a parrot in life. A parrot talks way too much, but can't fly high. But an eagle is silent and has the willpower to touch the sky. Here's the 7 mentalities that we can learn from an eagle. Number one, eagles fly alone at high altitude. Eagles don't fly with sparrows, ravens, and other small birds, meaning stay away from narrow minded people, those that bring you down. Eagles fly with eagles. There's a saying that goes like this: people you hang around will eventually determine the person you become. Keep good company. Number two, eagles have vision. They have the ability to focus on something as far as 5 kilometers away. No matter what the obstacles, the eagle will not move his focus from the prey until he grabs it. Meaning, have a vision and remain focused in your life. No matter what the obstacles and challenges you may face, don't give up and you will succeed. Number three, eagles are fearless. An eagle will never surrender to the size or strength of its prey. It will always give a fight to win its prey or regain its territory, meaning no matter what the size or big your problems are, don't give up. Instead, face it. Successful people are fearless. They face problems head on. Number four, eagles are tenacious. Eagles love storms. When clouds gather, the eagles get excited. The eagles use the storm wind to lift themselves higher. Once it finds the wind of the storm, the eagles use the raging storm to lift itself above the clouds. This gives the eagle the opportunity to glide and rest its wings. In the meantime, all the other birds hide in the branches and leaves of a tree, meaning achievers are not afraid of challenges. Rather, they relish in them and use them for profitability. Number five, eagles never eat dead things. Eagles never eat dead meat. In other words, an eagle does not scavenge. It only eats the meat from the prey it kills itself. Meaning, do not rely on your past success. Keep looking for new frontiers to conquer. Leave your past where it belongs, in the past. Number six, eagles prepare for training. They remove the feather and the soft grass in the nest so that the young ones get uncomfortable in preparation for flying. And eventually, they fly when it becomes too unbearable to stay in the nest, meaning leave your comfort zone. There is no growth there. Last but not least, number seven, eagles possess vitality. When the eagle grows old, his feathers become weak and cannot take him as fast and as high as it should. This makes him weak and could make him die, so he retires to a place far away in the mountains. And while there, he plucks out the weak feathers in his body and breaks his beak and his claws against the rocks until he is completely bare. A very bloody and painful process. Then he stays in his hiding place until he has grown new feathers, new beaks and claws, and then comes out flying higher than ever before. Meaning, we occasionally need to shed off old habits, no matter how difficult. Things that burden us or add no value to our lives should be let go of. Thanks for watching this video. Share and subscribe for more amazing inspiration.
I hope we are inspired. I hope there's something we learned already from this video. Please let me know if you were inspired by this video and you are ready to become an eagle. You are ready to become an eagle. At the World Tour in Cape Town, our president talked massively about the eagle incentive. And I remember one of the things he said was the eagle manager incentive is not for the trip. The Eagle Manager incentive is not about traveling. Maybe you were thinking as we were working towards Eagle last year, I don't need to be in Sun City. Sun City is accessible. I can go to Sun City any day. I don't have to become an Eagle because it's just a lot of work, a lot of investment, a lot of energy, a lot of money just to go to Sun City. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to break it down to you today. Eagle has nothing to do with the trip. Eagle has nothing to do with the trip. As we're watching the video, I am sure you learned that when storms come, eagles rise up. We have faced so many storms as we were pursuing this current Eagle Manager incentive. What did the storms do to you? Did they kill your business? Did they kill your spirit? Did your business die? Did you make a decision that I am done with forever because I cannot handle this? Right now, there's so much noise on social media. Right now is the time for eagles to rise above the storms. So I am going to be taking you on my journey to Eagle that didn't start in May. The incentive starts in May every year, but the journey to Eagle does not start in May. It starts the day you make a decision to partner with Forever Living Products, and not just to partner and go all in. Everyone that is in this business that understands the value of Eagle Manager understands that if you are going to make big money in Forever, you are not going to be satisfied by just being a manager. You are going to work towards being an eagle. Please let me know if you can still see my slides. I can see a hand, so I'm not sure if this has anything to do with my slides. Okay, visible. Thank you so much. Please use the reactions and the chat box because the raising of the hand can really get disturbing. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to share my journey with you. I am a nurse by profession. Today is International Nurses Day, and I was just reminded of my profession as a nurse who last practiced 8 years ago. I came into the business 2 years ago, and one of the reasons why I joined Forever is because I have never really found fulfillment in anything else other than this industry. I found that this industry is an industry for people that like to help people. So if you're wondering, nursing, business, how do those two come together? If you understand nursing, it's for people that love to help, of course, within the medical profession. However, I came into network marketing and I came to Forever Products because Forever is for people that are passionate about developing other people, that are passionate about solving problems, that are passionate about helping people. So in my nursing career, I found myself retrenched. One fateful day, I went to the office. I was excited to have a job. Of course, I was going through challenges like any professional where I didn't have any understanding of how to stretch the salary that I was getting. I was getting a fairly good pay, but by the end of maybe the third, the fourth day, the money would be finished. I don't know if any of you can relate here, professionals, but most professionals will attest to the reality that we usually have more month at the end of the money, more month at the end of the money. We love to look good as nurses, wearing nice uniforms, but inside our bank accounts, we cannot say the same about our bank accounts. So that was my reality as a nurse. Even though those were the challenges on the ground, those were the challenges where I wasn't even happy at my job. The environment had started to be hostile, and I dreaded every day at the office. I wasn't working in a clinical setting. I was working for NGOs. So I was working with programs and I was under research departments. So I was working a very good position where I had an aircon in the office. I was doing Zoom calls, and the organization was American. So I was doing something similar to this almost every Friday, reporting about the project. So I felt like I was doing well in my career, and I had people that were assigned to me for me to lead them in the organization. And I felt like, I'm doing well for myself. I had my car. At that time, I was driving a Polo Vivo, a second hand. I thought I was doing well as a professional. Little did I know know that I was going to be retrenched. And, ladies and gentlemen, I like for us to think about the worst before it happens. I know we don't like to think about it. We want to be employed and, climb the corporate ladder, get to manager positions in our workplaces. But sometimes the decision for us to leave employment is not on us. Someone else is going to make a decision to say, okay, Sbucy must go home because we don't have enough funding in the company or for whatever reason. And I was unlucky to find myself in that situation. So the big dreams that I had, I remember I had started building my house back home. All the big dreams that I had, they started to shatter. I wondered, what was I going to do now? Because all I knew about making an income was a job. Let me know in the comment section if you have a job and you love the income. But if something were to happen right now to your job, your world would come on your face. That was my reality. At the age of 25, I found myself unemployed. Who is Sbucy now? Sbucy is a businesswoman that you can see there on the picture. She works from home. She's a stay-at-home mom, a gracious, happy stay-at-home mom who wakes up to just go live on TikTok. That is my life now. Of course, my business is not limited to going live on TikTok. But ladies and gentlemen, I found a solution to unemployment. I found a solution to stressful working hours. I found a solution to traffic in the morning. As a nurse, I would be frustrated every morning, stuck in traffic because, all I knew was going to work. But now I wake up, I get my son ready for preschool, and I come back and I attend to my home business that I can very much do in my pajamas. That is my reality now. Is it easy? No. Am I getting a lot of money? Am I rich? Maybe not, but I am happy. I am fulfilled. I love working from home. So if you want this kind of life, you are going to join Forever, run to manager, and run to Eagle Manager, because freedom in Forever starts at Eagle Manager. Type freedom in the comment section, because if you are going to achieve financial freedom and get at a level where you are comfortable, you are going to work towards Eagle. It's okay that you bought the Start Your Journey combo pack. It's okay that you rent to supervisor. It's okay that you're a manager and you're getting a good income. But how about we think about running to Eagle? Because Eagle is where the true freedom starts. Eagle is where you start to think about helping more people and not just doing your own forces. Because sometimes we get comfortable in the business and we just do our forces and we think, if I've done my forces, I'm done. I've unlocked my income. But ladies and gentlemen, Eagle managers are not just concerned about their own income. They are also concerned about helping other people within the Forever community. And through the Forever business, I've been able to unlock multiple income streams. Today, I got a pay slip from my global business. I have a business overseas as well. So when I get customers and my team members overseas buy products, Forever pays me. I got a pay slip earlier this week and I got another pay slip today. That is multiple income streams. I just came back from doing my deliveries. I just delivered a box of marine collagen. That is 1.8 into my bank account. That is multiple income streams. So there's so much more within the Forever opportunity. And I'm grateful that me losing my job opened me up to so much possibilities. I don't want you to lose your job before you see what Forever can do for you. I want you to be open-minded while you build your everyday income, your career. For some people, they love their jobs. It's okay. Build your career while you also build your Forever business, because multiple income streams, who doesn't want that kind of life? And the big dreams that I had, that I found myself feeling like I have no plan for when I was retrenched, I started to revive them. Right now, as I'm within the Forever business, I find myself dreaming about big things that I wouldn't have dreamed about, as a nurse or as a nurse that was retrenched. So there's a lot of people maybe that we know around us that, went through the same ordeal that I went through, that feel like their life has come to an end because they are unemployed. With Forever business opportunity and with Forever done right, you can start to resuscitate those dreams. You can start to remember those dreams. You can start to go back to your vision board and ask yourself, why did you want to travel and why have you given up? Why did you say you want to travel and you do not have a passport? Through Forever and through the Eagle Manager incentive, all these things are possible. So on the 23rd of May 2024, as I was just browsing on Facebook, I saw a poster that was posted by this gentleman that you see next to me. I bet you cannot recognize us, because honestly, I cannot recognize myself. This is one of the first pictures that we took the day we met, for the very first time after he signed me up in the business. He had posted on Facebook to say there was going to be a presentation on a Thursday, the company presentations that SADC hosts for us. And all I did, because I was scared to tell him that I need the opportunity, all I did was to steal the link. I took the link, I went to the presentation, and and I listened throughout. Sometimes your solution, sometimes your breakthrough will come from just sitting still and listening with an open mind. Sometimes we invite people to presentations, to trainings, to master classes, to success days, and they cannot sit still and listen. Sometimes your breakthrough will come from that 1 hour, sacrificing TV time, sacrificing family time, sacrificing church time, and listening. That is where my breakthrough came from. If I never went to that meeting and I never listened to the end, I wasn't going to be traveling to Sun City this October. So sometimes your breakthrough comes from just trusting this one person that God has assigned them to be your destiny helper. So I eventually met Mr. Tabete, but I remember after that Zoom meeting, I called him and I said, I know you don't know this, but I was in that meeting and I am so ready to change my life with Forever. I do not have the money to start, but I know that this opportunity came at the right time to change my life. So if you're in this meeting, you haven't joined, and you're still toying with the idea of joining the business, go back to the person that shared this link with you and tell them that I do not have the money to start, but I'm ready to change my life. Sometimes that is all you need, because once you tell your destiny helper that you are ready to change your life, you are going to work through strategies together to say, how can you find the money? How can you find the money to start the business? Do not make the 7.4 for starting the business to be your biggest limitation from starting your business. So what matters the most to me? This is very important. We're all in the business for different reasons. I have my own reasons, and these reasons, each and every day as I'm doing my Forever business, I am ticking them one by one. The first one being my family. At the core of what I do is this beautiful family that God has blessed me with. In this picture, I recall that we were traveling for our annual family trips. We were traveling to Hazy View in Mpumalanga. Let me tell you, we could only afford to sleep one night only. We traveled early in the morning. We were touring around Nelspruit. We just could afford to sleep for one night. That's all we could afford, and we were just happy. My kids were happy. My husband was happy that we were just traveling for one night through Forever. I'm going to be traveling for 5 nights through the Eagle Manager Incentive. Sometimes the enemy of your excellence, the enemy of your best is average. I know most professionals, can just afford to do a budget stay. Maybe as you are traveling, you can only afford to choose a garden view instead of a sea view. Maybe you cannot even afford a 5-star hotel. You can afford maybe a lodge or a B&B. With Forever, you can unlock quality experiences. Somebody type quality in the comment section, because through the Eagle Manager Incentive, you are not just going to be traveling with Forever, you are going to be unlocking quality, luxury, exotic destinations through Forever. This year we're traveling to Sun City. Next year is Dubai. I can only imagine what Forever has in store for us. And I'm happy that my family is going to be coming with me on this amazing incentive. Why? Because I decided to go for Eagle. So go for Eagle if what matters the most to you is family time. Go for Eagle if what matters the most to you is travel opportunities. All right. And I also have legacy and impact. I love to help people. I love to change lives. And one of the things I've seen with Forever, whether you're alive or you're no longer here on earth, you can leave a beautiful legacy, a legacy of impact, a legacy of touching lives, a legacy of helping people. Unfortunately, Black people will not see that. As you are helping them, as you are trying to impact lives, there's those that are going to think you are doing it for yourself, you are doing it for your family, you're doing it for your betterment. But trust me, the way this business was designed, it was designed for people that truly believe that they are here on earth to transform lives. So if you join Forever for yourself, you may not see the opportunity in running for Eagle Manager. But if you join Forever to transform as many lives as possible, then this is the incentive that you should be running for. And flexible business. I love working this business because it's a business that I can do anywhere and any time of the day. Over the past week, we were in Cape Town. I was able to do the business because I carried my phones and my laptop and I had internet connection and I could do the business. You can literally do this business anyway. Why would you want to confine yourself in a brick and mortar business in 2026 when Forever is offering an opportunity for us to do a flexible business? Ladies and gentlemen, it starts with desire. I don't know what you want for yourself, but if or when Forever presents these opportunities, you do not go on Instagram to Google the place. You do not go on Pinterest to find inspiration. I don't know, maybe I just love traveling, but everything starts with desire. Napoleon Hill in the book Think and Grow Rich says, weak desire produces weak results. Weak desire produces weak results. I don't know if something touches you whenever Forever launches these holidays, or if you ever look forward to the next destination. When I joined the business, I remember I was told that the best thing you can ever do for yourself is to run to Eagle. And I remember around the time when I joined, a few months later, qualifiers went to Italy. They went on the Rock the Boat. I wanted that for myself. I knew there was nothing I could do because the period had ended, but I desired it. I wanted it for myself. And I told myself that I was going to work for the next incentive, which was going to Thailand. Unfortunately, I couldn't make manager on time and I couldn't become an Eagle in 2024. But trust me, I wanted it for myself. I wanted to go to Phuket. It didn't happen, but I wanted it. I said becoming an Eagle manager does not start in May. It starts the day you make a decision to partner with Forever and go for everything that Forever has to offer. So when the Eagle in destination, I wanted it because I wanted to prove to myself that I'm an eagle at heart. I wanted to prove to myself that storms do not cause me to bury my head in the sand. Storms cause me to rise up. Storms are there to prove to me what I can be. And I wanted Sun City because of my kids. I just imagined my kids playing there, my kids enjoying all the kids' activities there, and I immediately wanted it. So if you never had a picture of Sun City in your phone and you did not qualify to be an Eagle manager, I already know why. The desire wasn't there. The desire was not there. And when it comes to pictures, there's a reason why we create vision boards. It's because we want to see it. We want to see it. One of the things I would do almost on a daily basis as I was working towards Eagle was to play the Eagle Manager video that Forever had for us. I downloaded it and I would see it every day on my phone. I had my screensaver as Sun City because I wanted to be in Sun City. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want to be in Dubai? How bad do you want to be a manager? Maybe you just tried, a couple of months and it didn't happen and you've given up. If I was working for Eagle and I was a supervisor or an assistant supervisor, I was going to have a screensaver of the manager pin or of someone with the manager belt. And it's even nicer now with ChatGPT, this AI. You can even ask ChatGPT to create a picture of you with the Eagle with the manager belt, the red belt. And as you see that every day, it reminds you that your goals have a deadline. Do you know that your goals have a deadline? Because if it doesn't have a deadline, it is just a wish. It is just a wish. You will never achieve anything wishing for it. You have to want it. and you need to put a deadline to it. So the starting point of all achievement is what? Is desire. How bad do you want to be an eagle? How bad do you want to be an eagle? Because to succeed in the Eagle Manager Incentive, you need to make it a definite goal and place all your energy and willpower to it. You need to bend all ship. You need to, sometimes you talk to someone and you ask them, when are they going for manager? And they say, if the Lord permits, there's no Lord permits here. You need to want it with your heart because the Lord is looking at your heart. How bad do you want it? Remember, the Bible says He is capable of giving us our heart's desires. He will give us our heart's desires. So if you do not desire, you will not get it. If you do not desire, God will not even do it. If in His omnipotence and omniscience and in His all-knowing, He will not be able to make you an eagle manager if you've never desired it. So hope, ladies and gentlemen, is not a strategy. I wish I was going to Sun City, it's not a strategy. For you to become an eagle, you need to ban all the excuses, cut all sources of retreat. When I say cut all sources of retreat, we mean somewhere along the journey. You can start in May, you're excited, you've done your 4CC, you're working towards your eagle, you're chasing it. Somewhere in June, somewhere in July, something happens and you say, I knew it. I knew these things are for your fefes, they are for your sbuses, they are for your amos, your zens. I don't think I can do this. And Eagle says, until the 30th of April 2027, I see a mover. That is what Eagle says. Because we are not giving up. Along the journey to Eagle, you will lose your team. But remember, who wants to be an eagle? It's you. Your team doesn't care about your goal of becoming an eagle. You may communicate with them. You may identify a few people to work with, to be supervisors, to be managers, to be, but if it's not in them, it's not their goal, it's not their vision. You know what it means to you. I said in the beginning, I wanted luxury travels for my family. My team doesn't know that. Maybe they can afford to travel. But for me, my personal goal, the why that wakes me up at night is I want quality experiences for my family. So I don't know if this is a personal thing to you, but if you are going to make it an eagle, you are going to make it personal. And the only limitations you have are the ones that you set for yourself. Eagle is doable. We have proof. There's eagles. So many people that achieved eagle. Some achieved it starting out as assistant supervisors, as supervisors, which means there is no limit. Regardless of the storms we've had, as Forever Southern Africa, we have eagles. We have sapphire eagles, we have soaring eagles, we have senior eagles, we have eagle managers, first-time eagles, which means it is doable. And if you do not do it, I want to ask you, you want your team to look at which eagle manager? Where do you want your team to look at as inspiration? If you will not do it, I know you don't want to do it for your kids. I know maybe you don't care about the travels, but as for that assistant supervisor who just joined, as for that supervisor who just qualified, as for that manager who just qualified, you want them to look from afar. You want them to find their own inspiration, their own role models outside you, outside the team. Because you are saying, leaders, it's hard to do 4CC. Leaders, it's hard to do 4CCs for 12 months. Leaders, it's hard to go for 60 club. Leaders, it's hard to recruit new people and raise supervisors. That is what you are saying if you are not going to go for Eagle. So I looked within. I did not have inspiration from outside. I looked within the team. Our leader is a senior Eagle manager. I can do this. Definitely, I can do this. And she has her own team members that she has mentored that are Eagle managers as well. Definitely, it's doable for me. That's all you need. Somebody type possible in the comment section. Because if someone else in the team is doing it, then you can do it. When you look at these leaders, they are like you and me. They don't have five heads, 10 feet. They have 2 ears, 10 fingers, 2 hands, 24 hours in a day. It means they did what everyone else is doing to qualify. They just needed to stick it out. They just needed to stick it out in all seasons because Eagle is a 12-month incentive. It's not like your leader rewarding you for doing 4CC in 1 month. It's 12 months of doing the work. It's 12 months of not giving up. In the 12 months, you will lose a loved one. In the 12 months, you will be admitted in hospital. In the 12 months, your child will be admitted in hospital. In the 12 months, you probably will, get shocks in your own marriage, and your partner will threaten to leave you because you look at your FLP 360 every day and you forget to look at them in the face. I am talking from experience. Your own marriage will be tested in the 12 months. So as we are starting now in May, we are 12 days in this incentive. It's not a joke, ladies and gentlemen. The people that you see, your Nadega who did it, Amo who did it, our leader Nolufefe who did it, they did it because they told themselves that it's 12 months of hard work, 12 months of focus, 12 months of putting on blinkers. When I say blinkers, I mean in the 12 months, people will start rumors about forever. You will have to do it. You will have to prove to them that even if you are the only one in your team who gets this, you will run with it. Because your team is looking up for inspiration. They will not look sideways. They will not look on Facebook, on TikTok. They are looking up. And as they look up, who do they see? They see their sponsor. So you are failing your team if you are a manager, if you are a supervisor, if you're an assistant supervisor who is not inspired to go for Eagle. Remember, the speed of the team is the speed of what comes from the speed of the leader. So Eagle matters to me because it changed my mindset. If you're going to be an Eagle manager, you are going to tell yourself that new mindset means what? New results. Throw away the old mindset. Maybe you tried Eagle last year, it didn't work. It's okay. We need a new mindset for this incentive. We need a new mindset for this qualification. Eagle matters to me because, as I told you, I was a nurse. It is not natural for me to think like an entrepreneur. Whenever I remember my leader should have been in Paris when she sent me the Eagle Manager plan. If I was thinking like an employee, I was going to say, Nangoge, she wants to become rich through my work, my hard work. Nangoge, she wants to buy another car, another home through my hard work, through my effort. So I should work for her. So I should push her and her family. If I was thinking like an employee. Thinking like an employee means you will wait for your leader to tell you what to do. The minute your leader says, I trust you, you can be an Eagle, even if they don't talk to you for the next 12 months, it's fine. They've given you enough by telling you that I trust you, go for Eagle. Why? Because as an entrepreneur, you need to be strategic. You need to be running for everything that the company offers. You can't be doing things because someone is following you every day, reminding you to. It's hard to remind people to do 4CCs. It's hard because the next thing people are going on TikTok to say, we were forcing them to do 4CCs. So I'd rather you think like an entrepreneur, because an entrepreneur knows that every month I need to be productive in my business. Otherwise, my business is closed. An entrepreneur is resourceful. They do a product focus where they're like, what am I selling this month? What am I pushing this month? Let me do my stock take every Sunday so that every Monday I already know what I am selling. You are entrepreneurial in your thinking. But if you are thinking like an employee, you are waiting for your leader to say, today we are selling tooth gel, and that's the only time you start advertising. Ladies and gentlemen, you are not going for Eagle. Yesterday, my leader was conducting an onboarding session, and she asked one of the new members to say, what is your dream income? What do you want to earn this year in Forever? And she responded to say, I want 1 million rand. She was like, no, be realistic. And she said, I want 80,000 rands. But she was typing it in the chat. She wasn't even opening her mic to say that. And I remember how she responded. I liked it so much. She said, if you were going to make 80,000 this year, you were going to open the mic and say it. Why? Because why are you scared to open your mic and speak in meetings if you are going for Eagle? Why are you scared to host presentation, to lead meetings, to lead trainings if you are going for Eagle? Eagle requires a different level of self-leadership. You will not wait for your team to do CCs and you look at the system and you find, oh, we're close to 720 and you start chasing Eagle. Eagle is a leader-led incentive where you start by planning and you go to your team, you share the vision. We are going for Eagle. How many of us are doing Eagle? That is how Eagle is done. And understanding the numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are going for Eagle, no one needs to remind you to subscribe for FLP 360 Pro. Please, because how are you going to be tracking your numbers? How are you going to be tracking your numbers? There's a tab there, incentives. You go on incentives, you go on Eagle Manager. How are you going to track if 170 rands for subscribing is scary? It's a lot of money to subscribe 170 rands for FLP 360. You're still on the free version for assistant supervisors, yet you have a big team. As I was working for Eagle, I was working with everyone, even the 5th generation, the 4th generation. How did I get access to those numbers from the system? Don't just work with your direct team if you're working for Eagle, because chances are your direct team will abort mission. They will stop doing forces. They will stop talking in the groups. They will stop coming to success days. You need to work deep as you're working for Eagle. That is what I did. And I was not going to have access to the contacts, to the numbers, to that team. I would go to even the team members to say, I need contact numbers for these members. Please send them to me. Why? Because I'm the one who's chasing Eagle. I don't know what they're looking for in the business. I know what I'm looking for in the business. And now, selling products. We're in the business of selling products, but if all you wake up is to worry about the stock that you're sitting with, you are not going for Eagle. I am sorry. For you to be an Eagle, you need to look for people who have problems and solve their problems. The reason you don't stock up, it's because you don't know that our products, they solve problems. Every month as I was working for Eagle, I would have a focus product to say this month I am working with parents that have children that are not doing well in school. So I'm offering Forever Arctic Sea and Royal Jelly. This month I am working with families that are trying to conceive. And we're trying to balance their hormones. So I'm going to be sharing about berry nectar, Vitalize for her, multi-marker. So I'm not just selling products, I am solving problems. And as I was doing that, I gained a huge customer base. And as I was doing that, I understood the product even better because I was not just posting pictures to say, guys, please support me. There's so much stock behind me. You know how we sit on TikTok and we say, guys, there's so many things and no one is buying. Please buy from me. I haven't sold anything. And people run away because people don't want you to bombard them with your products that no one wants to buy. Why is no one buying? It's because you don't know how to position your product. Your product is not just a product. It is solving problems. Are you getting me? Is somebody getting me? My leader, Fefe, is saying they will not buy if you say I need support. I'm telling you. You can just say it when you're a new assistant supervisor in J because you're just trying to sell your box. But trust me, asking for support is not a sustainable strategy. Learn the products. This is why it's important to run for Eagle. Why? Because you come out of Eagle with a new understanding of selling the products, with a new understanding of team building, with a new understanding of duplicating your team. Yet when you're not working for Eagle, you are just concerned about your own personal performance and nothing else. So ladies and gentlemen, Eagle is not just for the trip. Please understand when we say Eagle is for the growth of your business. So much that there's people that were chasing Eagle that did not finish the incentive, but they have a new business now. They have a better business now because they couldn't close Eagle, but they are different now. So if an incentive is launched and you do not run for it, please understand that the coldness that you're feeling, and iyabanza business yam. I need a new team. Kutholile nje groupini. I'm thinking of starting a new group. You are always going to be starting new groups. Why? Because the coldness, the temperature that you're feeling in your team starts from you not chasing anything. So forever is for people that are chasing. Forever is for people that are always chasing. Because as you chase, you bring new blood. As you chase, you become a different leader. I'm telling you, I don't know. Maybe Fefe can say it. Maybe Mfundisi can say it. But even my character, guys, even my character, I'm not an easy person to work with. I'm very stubborn, my nature. But trust me, as I was working for Eagle, I was pruned, I was molded, I was shaped so many times. I learned to pray during Eagle because I could see it slipping away with just a few cc's. Eagle will teach you discipline. Eagle will teach you to work with people. Eagle will teach you to be teachable. So if you are not chasing Eagle, unfortunately, your business will stay where it is until you decide to chase Eagle. Who is with me? Who is with me? Type a 1 if you're with me. Because I want at the end of this training to know that we are running for Eagle. And we are going to have so many Eagles in our team. Why? Because Eagle is a character building incentive. Eagle, your husband is going to say, I have a new wife after Eagle because you're going to be a new wife after Eagle. You're going to be a new friend. You're going to be a new mentee after Eagle. Are you with me, team? I can see the ones. I can see Priska saying, I'm with you. So this is what was required of us to do Eagle from May 2025 to April 2026. The first requirement, be 4CC active and leadership bonus qualified. 4CC active is simple. We know it. We know it. Consistent recruiting gets you to 4CC. Consistent retailing, selling of the product gets you to 4CC. Consistent use of the product. Ladies and gentlemen, after the Eagle incentive, you're going to come out with new energy. You're going to come out with better skin because you're going to be drinking the alu like crazy during Eagle. Remember, you're going to be needing so much energy. You're going to be staying up all night, looking at the system, working, talking to your team, talking to prospects. So you need the alu, you need the multi-marker. So that no one will remind you to use the products during Eagle because you will need the products for yourself as you're chasing Eagle. So if you are struggling to do 4CC, if you are struggling to do 4CC, as such, you are not training 4CC in your team because you feel like a hypocrite telling your team to do something that you yourself are struggling to do, then Eagle is not for you. Eagle is for people that are going to be okay with 4CC. I'm surprised that we are running like headless chicken on TikTok, criticizing 4CC, as if 4CC is our thing as leaders. It's mine. I recruited you and I just designed it. We know that 4CC is the key. 4CC is the key. And if you have a problem with 4CC, then traveling is not for you. Then Eagle is not for you because you cannot attack the building block of the business. The building block is 4CC. You do 4CC, you teach 4CC. You do 4CC, you teach 4CC, you breathe 4CC. In fact, you do 5 and above. Right now, Forever Southern Africa has said, for you to be recognized, you need to be doing 10 every month. And this is a non-negotiable. It is hard to work with people that have a problem with 4CCs. I don't know, Leader Fefe, if you find it easy, but I find it hard to work with people that have a problem with 4CCs. People that wish it was easier. Jim Rohn says, don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Because why are you struggling to do 4CC? Because you are not better at talking to people. You're not better at using the product. You're not better at prospecting. You're not better at doing videos. That's why 4CC is a mountain. So don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. 4CC guys, I'm sorry for calling you guys. My leaders, 4CC 4CC is going nowhere. 4 is not going anywhere. We try as leaders, we introduce 4CC breakfast, 4CC meeting, hotel stays, success day flights. We are still trying. But ladies and gentlemen, people that are going to be eagles in 2027, they are not going to do 4CC because the leader came with an incentive. With or without a 4CC incentive, you will do it. And as a matter of fact, you will do 4CC before the 15th. Today is the 12th. How far are you with your 4CC? We are just starting eagle. You said you want to be an eagle. Already, the first requirement of being 4CC active, so silly. You see what we do to ourselves? We sabotage ourselves. The next thing we see your Fefes, your Amos, your Zens achieving, and we say, Vele skapenina. Vele, we are doing it for them. That's what we say. We say it's capenina. We are here to clap hands for you in the forever business. Yet they do their 4CC unprovoked. They do their 4CC not being pushed, not being incentivized to do what is required. Teach yourself to do what is required. Teach yourself to not be a leader that needs to be given something to work. Attending meetings. It's not there in the requirement for Eagle. But believe me, if you are struggling to show up for meetings, masterclasses, events, how are you going to be an eagle? There's a meeting that I attended. It was the first ever managers masterclass in Johannesburg. It was in October. The eagle period had long started. Because I qualified to be a manager in January, I couldn't make it to Drakensberg, which means when other leaders were committing, were taking pictures with their Eagle manager cards, manifesting Eagle, I wasn't there. But me, making it a point to attend the manager's masterclass in October in Johannesburg, I got my manager card, the one that you saw at the beginning of this meeting. And as I took a picture of it, as I posed with it, something was planted in me to say, it's October, Sbucy. You may be behind already, but trust me, you can still make it to Eagle. You never know which meeting will change the game for you. Attend meetings. Attend meetings. I know you're committed to other things, but commit to attending meetings, both virtual and, it's hard to be a leader because you will even sacrifice your church time, you are trying for, so that your team is always on board. Even those that don't have data to attend Zoom meetings, you come to their town, they won't attend. Don't be a difficult mentee. Don't be a difficult manager. Don't be a difficult supervisor to lead. Because if you don't attend meetings, I can promise you, you will not even think about hosting them because you don't see the value of meetings. I'm sorry if I'm harsh. Maybe it's my style of training, but that's just the truth. Talking to new people daily, 4CC comes from that. Non-negotiables. Did you talk to someone today about your business? The petrol attendant, the teacher at your child's school. You went to church. Did you talk to someone next to you? You were sitting next to someone at the taxi. Did you talk to someone today about your business? TikTok, Facebook, WhatsApp. Did you start a new conversation? Eagles will always talk to new people. That's how they become eagles. And I'm not going to go back to using products. And leadership bonus qualified, that is for managers. They know 12CCs. Try to be 12CCs before the 15th. Try to be 4CC before the 15th. It's for you so that you don't panic, so that you can give time. You will not even have time to look at your FLP 360 and look at, who needs to be guided if your biggest problem is 4CC. Until the 30th, until the 31st, you are still trying to do 4CC. You will never have time to look at the system. that is just going to be very far from you, because you'll be looking at your stock that's not moving, looking at the CCs that you don't have, and you'll be worried. And worried people don't generate results. Remember, this is an energy business. The positivity that you bring brings more positive energy. The worry that you bring brings more worry. It's just how it works. If you've been wondering why your business is struggling, look at your energy. Your team is listening to you. Your team is looking at your energy. Our leader is tired, they will be tired. Our leader is doubting. You don't even have to say, hey guys, here's the things that are happening on TikTok. They are affecting me. We know they're affecting you because you are quiet. We know they're affecting you because when last did you talk to your team? When last did you say, guys, let's brag? I just sold something. We know they're affecting you. You are consuming too much of the things that are causing you to be negative. And you know what? What you focus on grows. You may just be curious to say, I want to see what that YouTuber is saying about forever. What you focus on grows. You gave her that 1 hour watch time. That is the 1 hour of prospecting. That is the 1 hour of attending to your team, of placing orders, of stock taking, of talking to your customers, following up. So what you focus on grows. And when you start to have negative energy, it's not from nowhere. It's the people you've been talking to. You talk to two negative people. That's why you're negative. You have someone in the group that sent you an inbox about your sponsor. And they told you that Mbugen Ukalil, she's just launching an incentive so that we work for her. What does that do to you? It plants a seed of negativity. You will never see the business the same way again. You will never see your sponsor the same way again. So instead of finding friends in the business, find accountability partners. And ladies and gentlemen, your accountability partner cannot be the person who's struggling. It cannot be the person who's not doing 4CC. It cannot be the person who's never chasing incentive. It can never be the person who goes to success day and never goes on stage. It can never be that one. So the friends that you are making in the business are the reason why your business is struggling. So find accountability partners. Reach out to other leaders that are doing well in the business. Sometimes it's hard to work with your sponsor. I've found ways over time to work with Leader Fefe. It's hard because sometimes you just respect them from where they are, and it's not easy to talk to them every day. But if you find an accountability partner, it's easy to reach out and say, hi, mina ang please help me. It better be someone who's qualifying for Eagle. Someone who was once an Eagle. Someone who was once an Eagle. Someone who does 4CC without complaining. Because if your accountability partner is someone who's failing, someone who's starting and stopping stuff, that is how your business is going to be. Are you with me, team? Please let me know. Please let me know if you are moving with me. It has to be someone who is winning. That is what Leader Fefe is saying. Someone who's attending meetings. Not someone who knows everything about everyone and forever. Someone who's gossiping about everyone and forever. Yet when you want to be an eagle, that's not how it works. Now, you need to have a total of 720 case credits, including 100 CCs that are new. Now, this means from the Eagle period, you will have new CCs that were generated during that time, right? And 720 CCs from the rest of the team, non-managers. Again, that broken down could easily be 60 CCs every month. So you need to now start working for clubs where you say, I want to be a 60cc manager. Some months you won't be, but aim to not go below 40 CCs. Aim not to go below 40 club. Once your business is on 25 club, you are skating on thin ice. It's danger zone. It's danger zone. It's easy for iphunyuke. Try as much as possible to do 40 CCs. There was a time where Leader Faith was doing a training and she said, sometimes you will have to learn to do 25 CCs on your own because you are trying to not go below 25 CCs. Yes, yes. You're going to learn to sponsor 5 people a month, to retail 10 CCs, 15 CCs a month. That's the muscle for Eagle. That's the muscle. Because the reason we do 4cc, it's because forever requires 4cc. Otherwise, if you were doing a business every day, you wouldn't stop at 4. The reason you're stopping at 4 is because forever said 4cc is the minimum and you stop at minimum. If you are going to be an eagle, you will not have an at least mentality. The video we watched says you cannot be a parrot. You cannot be a parrot, you cannot be a chicken if you are working for eagle manager. Chickens, they just look for what is on the ground, right? 4cc is just what is easy to reach. But 10cc, 15, 20, 25, now that is where eagles are found. Are you with me? Muted now. I was kicked out. Please tell me if you can hear me again. I'm sorry about that. I think it's a network issue. All right, thank you so much. Yes, so it's 720 easily broken down. It's 66 every month, but aim for 100. Unfortunately, on my journey to Eagle, I tried. It never happened. But there was a time where I hit 85 cc's. I was so proud of myself. Stretch for new levels in the business. Stretch for new, as you work with your team, as you stretch for ego, you see yourself that the only limit that you had was the one that you put on yourself. Personally sponsor 3 new supervisor lines globally. This is one thing that almost costed me. Don't leave it until the last minute. Believe that God is going to give you those 720 plus cc's. Don't wait for the 720 to start doing your 3 supervisor lines. Work with new people as soon as they come in, hold their hands and run to supervisor. Don't be a last minute person. Our mentors always tell us, do your supervisor early on. By November, you are done with your supervisors. So that next year you are just, polishing up. You are not trying to find supervisors. It's not as easy as we think. Yes, supervisor is no longer 25, it's 10 cc's, but please believe me. Please believe me when I say it's still hard. Why? Because the people that are joining now, they don't know about the 25cc supervisor plan. So they still look at 10 cc's as a mountain. So it's for you now to work with them early on, doing your launches, holding their hands. That's what we've already started doing with my new assistant supervisors. We're doing launches, onboarding meetings, tabletops. Why? Because I want them to get to supervisor as quickly as possible. All right. And then there's extra requirements for senior managers and above. I'm not going to go into that. A goal without a plan remains a wish. If you do not have a plan, then it's going to just be a wish. All right. So this is what my business looked like as I was building Eagle. The blue stands for my own CCs, and the orange stands for my total CCs. Your business must experience growth as you are working for new levels. New levels require a new you. New levels require a new you, where you are stretching yourself, where you're pushing for more. You may just be doing 4cc now or 2cc now, but work for new levels. Try and, stretch yourself to 8cc's retail. Try to stretch yourself to 20cc's. Because if you do that, then your team believes that they can also stretch. As you do 4, your team stops at 2 because they believe that if my leader is struggling to do 4cc, who am I? Or if my leader is not getting the 5cc pin, who am I? Right. So let us chase the 10cc pin leaders. As we chase the 10cc pin, we're going to have people that we go with on stage for 10cc. And we're going to have 5cc achievers in our teams and 4cc achievers in our teams. But if we do 4, then our team will not stretch because they will look at us and they think, hi, Bo, my leader is a manager and she's doing only 4. I'm still new. Do you understand? So your business should really have an upward trajectory where you see yourself going up. I know some seasons you will go down, but you need to go up on the good months so that when the bad months come, they are able to average it out. Right, because it's easy to say let's do 60, 60, 60, 60, but on the months when now you're doing 40, that 20 cc gap, you will feel it. I'm saying this because we were cruising nicely until the beginning of this year. That's when we started to see 40 cc's, 45 cc's, 40 cc's, and it shocked me because I'm literally so close to closing Eagle. So you can't just do what is required, the bare minimum. Stretch yourself to new levels. Do more. Don't just raise 3 supervisors, raise 5. Do more and create excitement in your team. You need that mindset shift. You need to build a strong customer base. Eagle taught me to track. Eagle taught me to keep a customer tracker, a sales tracker, where I am recording every day the sales. When did they buy? When are they due for a refill of the product? Keeping communication with my customers. That is what Eagle taught me. Because if you're constantly looking for new customers, you don't have a business. It means your product is not good. It means your follow-up strategy is not in place. And it means you don't know the product. You're not building a relationship. You're not concerned about whether the product helps the person. You're all about a once-off sale. So Eagle taught me to monitor customer retention to see if my customers are coming back. It taught me better about the product usage. It taught me to create incentives for my team, to create sales challenges for my team, to also grow my TikTok. My TikTok grew above 10,000 as I was doing more activities on the platform because I was posting more, I was doing more lives, I was collaborating with other creators that caused me to grow. My views went over 100,000. Why? Because I was on the journey to Eagle. So if you're not using social media, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard because you depend on door to door. Yet when you're using social media, you can achieve so much because you reach so many people, especially TikTok. I'm going to tell you this because when I joined Forever, I was a Facebook person. And I would go on TikTok and I'd find later if I always live, I'd always go back to my comfort zone, which is Facebook. I still do. On months when I feel overwhelmed, on days when I feel overwhelmed, I go back to my comfort zone. But Facebook does not have the kind of reach that TikTok has. That's just one thing that I learned as I was building my Eagle. And increased activity, more activities, go out more, reach more people, and working with your team to duplicate. That is what Eagle did for my business. It's not just the CCs, but it's also overall growth for my business. These are habits of an Eagle. I'm not going to stay much on this. You can take a screenshot. Using the products daily is important. Investing and reinvesting. I don't know the kind of leaders that we are. We get paid, we eat it all. We sell, we eat it all. But there's more in the business. Managers, there's more in the business. Don't rush to doing things that are going to make people see that your business is working. This business is not about people thinking it's working. It's about building a foundation and making sure that the groundwork is intact. Invest and reinvest. Why are you scared to buy more stock after selling? You think the stock won't move. Why are you scared to help your team go to Success Day? Why are you scared to book a venue for your team, to do a training? Why are you scared to pay $10 for FLP 360? That's reinvesting in your business. 10cc monthly personal standard, non-negotiable. That you can even do by doing your 4cc and then you recruit 3 people. That could just be an easy strategy for doing your 10cc a month. And adapting quickly. So many things are happening. Change fast. Don't be a leader that is always stuck and sitting on things. I wish they could bring back the old marine collagen. Adapt. Adapt. Learn the new marine collagen and go and sell it. Oh, this one is being phased out. This product is being phased out. It was your favorite product. Find a new favorite product. No, the 5cc was already hard. Why did they say now we only have 10cc pin? Adapt. It's all about adapting. Qualify and requalify. Ethical business practices, I'm not going to go into that. Right now, we're here because people are complaining about unethical things that we as FBOs do. Always have integrity as you build your business. You will not have to be worried about being asked about things because you know that you are building the right way and going for every incentive. Even if they are offering a pen, go for it. Please go for it, for that pen. It's not about the value of the incentive. It's about who you become as you chase those incentives. And respecting and attending company events, very important. Doing meetings, launches, onboarding, do it and record yourself. Do pictures, show people what kind of a leader you are when people join your team. Because at manager level, it's not now about just you selling. It's also about what people will feel as they join your team. They must feel that they will be mentored. Not just to be, pushed to the next leader, pushed to your upline, but they must feel that they will join you and you will hold their hand. Show what you offer as a leader. What do you offer? Do you take your team to street selling? Zinki. Do you take your team with you to street selling? My leader, you're very good at street selling. You're very good at doing road campaigns. Do that with your team. People want to see you do it with your team because that is how they will see that they will be taken care of. And Power Hour, I don't know why we don't attend it, but it is there for us. The reason we don't attend it is known to us, but the results show that we don't attend Power Hour. We need to. It's a system that the company has provided for us. Now, one of the things that my leader did for us, Leader Fefe, was to give us an incentive to requalify for manager. I didn't know I was capable of doing it again. But if you do it once, you tried. It was by chance. If you do it twice, then you deserve that rank. And I'm going to say everyone, not just managers. Go and try and requalify. Supervisors, assistant supervisors, leaders are still with me. Supervisors, assistant supervisors, even as an assistant supervisor, go and redo that 2cc. Supervisors, go and redo that 10cc, 15cc's, 60cc's for being a manager. So she gave us this incentive and said, requalify by November, you will get an opportunity to go to Dubai for the global rally. I ran with it because I wanted it. As I'm running for Dubai, I didn't know that I was building my ego. I didn't know that I was building my ego. I couldn't qualify to go to Dubai as a qualifier. And eventually, due to the circumstances in the world politics, we ended up not going to Dubai. But I am here going to Sun City. If I did not understand the bigger plan, the bigger vision for incentives, I was going to run to TikTok and say, yeah, they said we will go to Dubai and now we're not going. You see, sometimes it just shows lack of vision. The reason we run and we shame our sponsors who have, sacrificed their family income, their family resources to sponsor these incentives, it's because we don't understand that it's for us. As I was redoing my manager, I was preparing myself for Eagle. Leaders, every incentive is for you. It's never for the leader. Even if it's a t-shirt, a cap, it's for you, the person you'll become. My leader is saying Sun City is going to change your business, Sbucy. You'll even go crazier with forever. I am looking forward to it. I'm already crazy, guys. After the World Tour in Cape Town, I don't see forever the same way. I don't know what Sun City will do for me. Another thing, mid-month. This wasn't really an incentive, but the poster from my leader, just doing a poster for me to say, well done for doing 10cc mid-month, it encouraged me. Do the same things for your team. I'm telling you, that small cute poster is going to make your team to be excited. So qualify for incentives, go for incentives, offer incentives, celebrate your team as well. That is how you do it. That is how you do it, right? This is one of the incentives that I did for my team. and they worked for these beautiful sweaters. It's one of the popular incentives. I don't know why, but it's one of the ones that was embraced the most. Then so many of them, sometimes product incentives for those that do their first CCs before the fifth, and then I will offer maybe an aloe vera gel. There's so many things. You play around until you know. Forever will also teach you to give. Forever will teach you to give. If everything you get is for you and your family, then forever is not for you. Forever will teach you to give. Will teach you to share what you're making from the company with your team. So work closely with your team, bring incentives, celebrate them, think like a business owner. Stop thinking like a gambler. Stop thinking like a gambler that you're gambling. You are thinking long term. The person who's getting a sweater today might be your next eagle manager. You never know. You never know. Stop thinking what is in it for me now. And sometimes as supervisors, as assistant supervisors, as assistant managers, as managers, we don't offer incentives because our leader is offering incentives for everyone. There was a time where Leader Fefe was offering incentives for my own team. Had that generation. I learned to do the same. Instead of waiting for my own team to do incentives, I would do incentives for their own babies in the business. But now, start to offer things to your team. Small things, a cup, a nice forever branded cup. It doesn't have to break a bank, but it shows that you see them and you're winning with them. Income growth. I'm going to make this disclaimer. Success in our business is based on individual effort, commitment, and business skill. Forever is not a get rich quick scheme, and income levels vary from person to person. Our earnings depend on several factors such as sales, team development, consistent effort, and Forever does not make any guarantees on income. This is what happened to my bank account since I became a manager. This is not all because Eagle ended last month and I'm yet to be paid for my last Eagle month. But this is what can happen to you. As a nurse, I've never seen 38,000 in my account. Not even as a what? I don't even know. Guys, I never really worked for a long time. So I don't even know the difference between gross and net. But as a before deductions, I don't even remember seeing 38,000 even before deductions. Even before deductions. So as you're chasing Eagle, as you're working for the holiday, as you're selling more products, I've never sold so much product like I did as I was working for Eagle. I would see 50K in my account. I'm talking about my sales account, not my account where Forever pays me. I would see 50K through the everyday sales, just selling on TikTok because of Eagle. So if you're saying my stock is not moving, so I'm not going to do 4CC, so I'm not going to start the Eagle incentive, your stock will ever be stuck if you're not chasing anything. Because your stock is stuck because you are buying 4CC. You are buying CCs just to do 4. There's no other agenda. You're not chasing beyond that. So once you're done with buying your 4CC, even if you do it with your salary, you now sit with your stock and you hope people will buy it. If you move at the pace of an eagle, you will learn to sell. I learned how to sell. I used to say, I'm just a recruiter. Yay, I learned to sell. And there were months where selling was rescuing me because some months people will not join your team. And you will do those 4, 10 CCs from retail, solely from retail. So ladies and gentlemen, starting my manager with 13,000, I became a manager in January. Starting my manager with 13,000 and closing the year with over 35,000. Please clap hands for me. Haibo! Haibo! This is the kind of growth in your income. This is the kind of growth in your income that you can unlock by chasing Eagle. Remember, this is not guaranteed. So I'm not going to say just by doing 60 CCs, you are entitled to 35,000. Remember, I will never say that. I will never say that. No one has ever told me how much I will earn it forever. This is why I've embraced all seasons. The seasons of 16,000. When you look at my June, when you look at my April, 14,000. I never quit because no one ever said I will earn 40,000 at forever. It was always an effort-based income. So if the effort is not there, if the 60 cc's and above are not there, then obviously the income will go down. And if your income is going down and you are leaving the business because your income is going down, you were never in the business for the right reasons to start with, because your income will go down. It's a season in the business. It's not permission for you to leave. The reason we leave when our income goes down is because we commit too soon. We buy the car too soon. And now you have a stop order of 15,000 every month for your Omoda. It's beautiful that you have an Omoda, but you're still building. How are you going to be building when now you have such a big commitment for your car? Let us think like business people. Let us be financially literate, because it is not wise to go and make big financial commitments when you're still building your income. Network marketers are woke now. We are no longer recruiting with things. People are now joining leaders. They're no longer joining achievements. So you are killing yourself when you run for expensive luxury designer bags, running for new cars, running for things because you want people to join your team. Because the people that join you for things, they never stay. When such seasons come, the rocky seasons, right now, the boat is being rocked. And the people that joined for things, they are leaving. And they are not just leaving, they are leaving and shaming the company. They are leaving and shaming the marketing plan. They are leaving and shaming their sponsors. Why? Because they do not want to embrace their chapter 1. They came in, they want to be at chapter 10. I am an eagle, but I'm not the eagle that has built the business for 10 years. I am just a new eagle that came into the business 18 months ago. So you need to think like a business person. You cannot say, I want to start with everything else and now my business will suffer. I will no longer do my 4 Cs because I have other things that I'm paying for. Why did you go into those commitments to start with? I'm happy. Maybe it's because I'm mentored by a chartered accountant. She sits with us and she tells us these things. So say, guys, don't rush. You have so much time to build. You have so much time to buy your fancy cars. If it's working, continue using it. If your phone is working, continue using it. If the room that you are renting, your home, is functional, continue using it, because the primary thing right now, the baby, is the business. The baby is the business. Don't rush to changing your children to private schools when you have not built a sustainable income as yet. What are the challenges that I faced as I was building my Eagle Manager business? It will not come without challenges. You may hear me shouting, I'm the loudest right now. We had nights with Mfundis where we were on the phone the whole night, crying, praying, because things were not looking good. Losing team members, you will lose them. Just like day and night, is guaranteed, losing team members is guaranteed. Not everyone will join you for the right reasons. Not everyone will find forever the perfect fit for them. And most importantly, not everyone loves you enough to want to see you win in your team. Some will leave because you are an eagle. Some will leave because you're a manager now. Some will leave because you're now earning 30,000. That's just the reality. When people quit, don't quit with them. Don't live with them. Remember, you joined the business and they joined you. So you can't leave your business because so even your favorite, you see the downline that is here in your heart. When they leave, cry it out, cry your eyes out, but don't live with them. Don't spend time with them discussing why they are leaving, because now they will infect you. Remember, negative energy is more infectious. Some will be inactive. They will never leave, but they will sit in the groups and do nothing. They will be monitoring spirits. They will stop taking your calls. That's just the reality. Some will lose belief in themselves. Some will trash you. They will go on social media and talk about your business. It's okay. Emotional intelligence is very important as you're working towards Eagle. Some will join other companies. Bayeke mtase mabahambe. You are the one who wants to be an Eagle. Decline in team performance. As all these things are happening, the CCs will drop. It shouldn't shock you. Do what you have to do. As you take care of the personal performance, it brings back the momentum. When the excitement in the team drops, Be the most excited. Be the one who is very excited. Show up more. Don't die with your team. Don't die with your team. Don't go into the team groups and beg for the CCs. I'm asking leaders, what, and sometimes you'll be emotional, and now you run to supervisors. Supervisors, why are you doing this to me? Managers, why? Lalela. No one is a supervisor here. No one is a manager here. Everyone is working for their why. Others were just there for the discount. They never wanted more. They never wanted anything to do with the rank. So stop shaming them for the rank they are in. I don't understand managers that don't do 4CC. Managers that don't do 4CC are managers that don't have a vision. Stop begging them. Supervisors that don't do 4CC, 10CC, that don't requalify, they don't have a vision. Go and find people that want to do the business with you. Outside noise and social media negativity, you have no business being friends with people that are negative. It hurts us as your leaders when we find you on posts of people bashing the company, bashing leaders, bashing the marketing plan, and you are there. And you're busy saying, yo, I wish I joined with you. Hey, this thing of looking for famous FBOs and going to cry on their posts, saying, yo, I wish I found you before I found my sponsor. That's not how it works. You will find your leaders doing that on TikTok. Continue doing your business, not prioritizing the key eagle activities early enough. Now you're chasing supervisors. That was me last minute. Don't do it like me. Start and prioritize the key activities, the key criteria for you to become an eagle. Even personal challenges leaders. Even my team doesn't know that I was admitted towards the end of Eagle. My son was admitted close to 3 times in hospital. When we're closing my sales month, we were admitted twice in hospital. Only my sponsor knew, and maybe Leader Fefe, the some strategy meeting that we did from hospital. As you're going through challenges, stop wanting to be pitied. When you come to your team and you tell your team that when you're going through it, what do you want your team to do? Yes, they can pray for you, but what do you want them to do? Have you noticed, leaders, that when you come in with bad news in the group, even the one who last ordered 3 years ago will say condolences, will say, I'm sorry, my leader, get well soon. People like negative things. People like sad stories. So don't feed your team sad stories. Allow your team to never see you at your lowest. And I'm not saying pretend, but you know where to report. Go up with problems. Don't go down. Because when you go down, you drain your team. You make your team to feel justified for not showing up because their leader is also, she's going through the most. So we were in hospital and I was there with my laptops, with my alu drinks. Do you know that there's nurses that I recruited while I was in hospital with my son? There's people that joined my team because I was there with my alu drinks. While in hospital, I was looking at my FLP 360 every minute. I was drinking my alu every minute. I was talking to my sponsor every minute. I was prospecting every minute because there is no excuse. Some got recruited because they would come in at 12 midnight to do rounds. The nurses would do rounds and they would find me with my laptop. My son is there sleeping and I was on my system working. There's no excuse, leaders. You can say, Vela Igli is not for me because why did I get sick? Or why did my son get sick? It's irrelevant. For eagles, storms mean you go up. And these are the results of not giving up. These are the results. Because if you don't give up, there's victory at the end. And nobody cares about your sad stories. You can say, yes, I was so close to Eagle. If it wasn't for this, you did not make it. Because at Forever, there's no trophies for trying. Maybe we as your sponsors, we can give you a trophy for trying. But there's no trophy for trying at Forever. Even in real life, there's no trophy for trying. It's either you make it or you don't. And you go back now to your why to say, if I don't make it, what am I going to say to my kids? My kids were asking me all the time because they would see me at 3 a.m. I'm still here. My husband is waking up to get ready for work. I'm still here working on my business. So what was I going to tell them? I failed Eagle. I failed because my son was sick. I failed because the supervisor couldn't come through. She dumped me last minute. No, there's no trophy for trying. So if you really want it and you tell your team and you tell your sponsor, you tell your mentors that I'm going to Dubai, go to Dubai. Do it until you go to Dubai. Don't give up because something came. And if you give up because something came, it's because the storms were bigger than you. Remember what Jim Rohn says, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. So Eagle is for people that are going to work on themselves to be better. Through every storm, through every challenge, through every setback, they are going for Eagle Noma Kanjani. I'm going to close the meeting by acknowledging these people who played a very, very pivotal role in helping me become Eagle. My dear husband, he really, really helped so much. I cannot even explain it. I cannot even explain it, but he carried this load with me. And I'm so grateful for such a partner. And for anyone working for Eagle, please ask nicely. Go and ask nicely. Don't just run to this challenge. Go and ask nicely and say, please, for the next 12 months, it's very personal. Some days, please help with the homework. Some days, please sleep with the kids. Some days, please ask Mamezala to not expect me because I am building something for us. I know it's not as easy as I'm saying it because support comes naturally to some partners, but do make them know that you are taking a path that requires so much of you and the family because it's not just you. My children, even now, my son was here bringing me food. He has learned to cook the best meals during Eagle. We don't have a helper, and he's been doing it. Why? Because I asked them. I said, I'm doing this for us. Please be there. Please show up, my children. Eagle is important to me. It's not just a trip, it's important to me. And my children deserve a mom who doesn't give up. My children deserve a mom who is a go getter. What do you want your children to say about you? She starts and never finishes. She joins everything under the sun. She's always buying a starter pack for every company. What do you want your children to say? Do you want your children one day to say, my mom once joined forever, but I don't even know what happened? Or you want them to say, my mom created a legacy for us through forever. What do you want your children to say about you? And my upline, thank you so much, Max. Thank you so much. Leader Fefe, you did over and above. I know maybe you don't know it, but the many trips you took to come to Eswatini, the incentives for my team, you didn't have to. Some of the people you incentivized, some of the people you topped up, they left the business. Some of the people you paid flights for, they're not in the business. They did not have their loyalty in the business. And you did not give up. You paid for venues. You showed up for us. Even when it was hard to work with me, you found a way. Angazi kanjani, but you found a way. Thank you so much for believing in me and for never giving up on me. And to my sponsor, Mr. Tabete, thank you. Thank you, Mfundisi, thank you. And I know people won't see it. You are my biggest cheerleader from behind. You clap for me. You don't look at your own business and say, my business is not there, so she doesn't deserve to be there. It's rare to get that kind of support. Most people will only support you only if you are not better than them. From the time I joined, he told me that Sbucy is forever. It's a business for people that will soar up high. If I don't do it, Nishiye, leave me behind and run for everything. For the longest time, I was getting a bigger bonus than my sponsor. He would celebrate me the loudest. He would clap the loudest. It's very rare. Sometimes it's even hard to work with the team. He will make those calls and call everyone and pray for everyone. It's very rare. If sponsors are P1, I was going to give you my sponsor, guys. I was going to give you my sponsor because I have the best. God literally handpicked a sponsor for me. And my team, the Real Eagles, you are the Real Eagles. Thank you so much for all those sisters from the 0.1, from I appreciate everyone, from the preferred customers, everyone. I appreciate you, and I know we're going far together. I cannot wait until I raise my own eagles from you, Team Eagles. I know we will do this. And Team Greater Heights managers, especially, thank you for being my accountability partners. All of you, I don't even want to mention names. All of you, the many hugs, Mom Fez, I will never forget that. And Empire Leadership and Forever Sadak, I am eternally grateful. All the trainings that you do, all the support. If it wasn't for the Go Eagle incentive, the small pins, I only qualified for Forever Go Eagle one. All the other pins I couldn't qualify for. But that one recognition that I got made me fight until the end. So all the strategies, all the Go Eagle trainings that Forever Sadak conducts for us, the support group where we get in and into the group, all these strategies, we copy them and we take them to our teams. Empire Leadership, thank you so much to Mselegu and Mr. Mselegu. Thank you so much. You don't know this because you don't work with us directly, but every training our leader will share, we will go and attend, and these are the results. I am eternally grateful. Thank you so much to everyone who attended. This is permission for you to go for Eagle. You just joined, go for Eagle. You just became manager, go for Eagle. You are a supervisor, go for Eagle. I'm not going to share the Eagle blend because it is based on where you are right now. Go back to your leader. She's going to devise, or he is going to devise a strategy for you to get to Eagle. If you're not a manager, please run to manager. This business starts at Eagle. This business starts at Eagle. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being a beautiful audience. I think we are a lot shared. Thank you and do have a great evening. Ngiyabonga kakhulu. I don't know if my leader has something to say. I'm going to see. If I can unmute.
Ooh, thank you so much, Sbucy. I am not going to spoil anything that you've said. But we can all do it, leaders. Your mind is the biggest asset that you have. So it all starts in the mind. And if you are an eagle, you got to be different. No one must chase you. So Sbucy have said it all. I just went up the stairs. Now I'm tired. Let's go to Dubai. Let's go to Dubai in 2027. Thank you so much, leaders. And as you can see, not everyone is a leader. We had the highest that I saw in the meeting was 56 participants. And we have a group of over 540 in the Greater Heights group. So don't look around for the people who never even attended this meeting. Lead. Take the lead. Watch on the Eagles, who is always leading on the break hour. And I'm proud to say it's you, Sbucy, consistently showing up. You don't do it sometimes and don't do it the other times. You do it always. That is why you are one of the Eagles that I have. Out of my 23 Eagles, you are one of them. So it starts with you, leaders. Thank you so much, Sbucy. Good night, everyone.
Thank you so much, my leader, and thank you so much for what you just shared. It's truly encouraging. Thank you, leaders. Let's go, Eagle. We can do it. It has already started. We are 12 days in. They gave us a plan, 2 cc's every day. So I don't know if you are already at 24 cc's as we are speaking right now. But even if you are not there as a manager, you can still go for Eagle. You can still run. You can still catch up. Let's do it, Eagles. I know we will do it. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. Bye.